In this episode of Sailing Dark Angel, we begin to explore beautiful Pipe Creek Exumas before our focus changes to storm prep. A trip to Staniel Cay by dinghy for essentials has less than stellar results. Discover with us the challenges of squall prep, even in a protected anchorage. If you like our videos, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. It's free for you and really helps our channel.
Pipe Creek is calling to us. It's another adventure day. We gotta go. What will we find? Where will we dive? What islands will we explore? Who knows?
Will you die?
She sounded kind of hopeful. Pipe Creek has these amazing little tiny beaches just everywhere, like this one right behind me, and it's shallow water. Like at some points we're walking the dinghy, and it's warm, and the water is so clear. Made it back. Yeah. Over there somewhere is Compass Key Marina, and over here we have the Cat. There we have a pretty blonde, and then over there is Thomas Key. And this leads all out into Little Pipe Key and Pipe Key out into the ocean, and this is all shallows. Beautiful here.
Is that dark spot over there?
Right? Come on. Is that a ray?
Definitely a ray.
Big one too.
He is big.
That's a big ray.
Oh, he's up.
Man, we got an awful crowded Anchorage here at Pipe Creek today. That's what I love it about here. This is a crowd. Not every day in the Bahamas is the sun beating down and shining on everything. Sometimes it actually rains, which is good. Free water for us, and the boat kind of needed to rinse. And it also lets you see some other really cool things in the water. Like, you can actually see where all the reefs are right now, all around us. And that's why there are very, very few boats anchored right where we are. So you see this ridge along here is very shallow. And if you have a deeper draft, you can't physically get in. And there's only room in here for a couple of boats, which right now there's 2 Canadian boats in here taking up all the space. Then on the other side of the ridge, there's more anchoring. There's more anchoring, and it's a little deeper, where you get these guys. And then you go way across over there, and You got to be careful getting there because it's shallow in and out, but there are some ways to get over into those anchoring areas as well. My problem with those areas is there's a lot less protection. So we've got the island here providing all kinds of protection for us. We're kind of hooked right in to this corner of the island. And then there's protection here, and as you get further out, you've still got all kinds of protection from big waves and such because there's no water out there. It's very shallow. But you don't get the protection from wind that we have when we're inshore. Right now it's not an issue because there's very little wind, but there was like 20 knots a little while ago. We got a short thunderstorm this morning and it wasn't too bad. A little bit of lightning and a little bit of growling. But we've got this squall coming through now, this afternoon. And we've been working all day. So we've got plenty of power from running the generator. But I've gassed it up anyway in case it gets really miserable and we've got to make more power. We're gusting about 25, 27, 28, 29 knots of wind. Oh. Yeah, we just gusted 29 knots of wind. So, yeah, I think so. This storm is going to come in. We're catching just the edge of it. It's just coming across us. So we should be okay, but this is the same location where all of our cushions got blown overboard in a quick gust, and that was on a calm night, nothing going on. And it just a sudden gust of wind blew everything off the boat. So it can get a little crazy here. This stuff's moving fairly quickly, so with any luck, it'll clear us. You can see all the boats are starting to spin. That's how you know it's moving across you, because these weather patterns move in circles as they travel. And so it just spins your boat in a circle as it passes over you. But in the meantime, I think everything's fairly secure. We got over 6 feet of water under us. And we're averaging about 15, 16 knots, gusting about 29. I'm guessing it'll catch 30 before this passes us. And as long as our hook is well set, we should be okay. Well, I'm gonna hang out inside because the splash is getting the camera wet. Let's hope this blows over in a few minutes. But it ain't always sunny in the Bahamas. What are you doing?
I'm getting ready for a work Zoom call. This is part of the fun of working from Dark Angel.
You're in your Zoom office, ready to go?
I am ready for my meeting. How cool is that? Hi, buddy.
Just hanging out.
Yeah.
We're going into Staniel Cay to pick up some gasoline and some very, very important milk for coffee to get ready for the storm that's supposed to blow in this weekend. We're supposed to get 25, 30 knot winds, and then we're also supposed to get a couple of gale force winds and some spinning storms that'll whip us around in circles.
Ah! Damn it!
On this side over here is Big Major's Cay. There's a bunch of boats behind that, but there's no protection from a west wind there. Over here is Little Major's Cay, and in between is between the majors, and that's where you've got a whole bunch of boats. And the holding here can be dicey. So you get some protection from wind, and that's good, but if you get bad holding, you could be causing problems for yourself and a whole bunch of other boats. We've come in here before, and we've seen where boats have had trouble holding. But this is on our way to Staniel Cay.
And this is considered a protected anchorage.
And different keel types move in different ways, so you won't necessarily swing exactly like the boats around you do. Everybody swings in their own style.
Who's a funny guy? Here we are in Staniel Cay. We see everybody coming in, getting ready for the storm that's about to hit us for the weekend. Everybody on their mooring balls. There's a lot of activity going on right now.
On the other side of Big Major's Cay over there, you would see that's just full of boats. And then over between the majors, which is over this way, you can't see it, is where we came through. That was just packed. So we got to walk up to the grocery store, or what they consider a grocery store here, and pick up some milk and then on the way back through we'll grab some gas and get back to the boat and prep it for the storm. It's just really hard to believe that there's a big blow coming in because it's so gorgeous, and that's how these storms sneak up on you. It's absolutely stunning here, and then the next thing you know, you get high winds, torrential rains, and your boat's spinning around like a top, and you're praying the anchor doesn't pull out of the bottom. Fun.
Fun. Today, the mail boat is supposed to come in around 2 o'clock today, and it's what, 1 o'clock? So it won't be until pretty much tomorrow when we can actually get some milk that we were looking to get. So no milk today, but we already have microfiltered milk on the boat. So we're not going to get fresh milk, we're going to have that milk instead.
So you've got the blue store and you got the pink store.
And neither store had milk.
There is a third store here, but you've got to go way down here and then walk down the other end of the island to get to it. And it's right near the airport. But chances are if these two don't have any milk, that one's going to be waiting too. They won't have any milk. So
because the boat hasn't come in yet.
Yeah.
Mail boat.
We missed the boat.
So what are we doing now?
Now we're going through Big Major's Key. Just to give you an idea, it's actually not as full as I expected it to be.
Yeah, but we haven't got around the corner yet.
Oh, it's going to fill up huge. So this is a really good holding here. The only problem is if you do get somebody who starts to slip in this wind and this storm that's coming, or they get too close, anchor too close to you, you could run into issues. Aside from that, you got a lot of power boats coming in and out, constantly waking you anywhere here in the Staniel Cay, Big Major's Key area, because they're going to the Pig Beach and they're going to the resort.
So we made it back to our boat, and what we did manage to get was, of course, just gasoline for the big blow coming in. Here comes Dave now.
All in fuel.
I think there's even more boats in here now.
I think there is. I'm counting about 21 boats so far sitting here in Pipe Creek. Getting ready for the blow to come in this weekend. How many are you counting?
So we decided to come to the beach because it's going to be a very long weekend with the storm coming in. So we're getting our time off the boat before we're stuck on the boat for the entire weekend because of the storm. So what are we doing today, Captain Dave?
Making videos and storm prep.
Actually, I want to go outside and I want to show you that, yeah, there's a storm coming in and there's a bunch of boats around us, but life still goes on. Those big winds are supposed to hit us this evening, and there's people on the beach playing bocce ball. So, you know, you take as much good out of this weather as you possibly can before it turns all crappy. Baking bread on solar power alone. So, what's the plan now?
We're going to continue with our storm prep. So we're expecting high winds and circling winds and all that kind of stuff, which means there's a few things that we have to do. One is to bring in anything that was on the line. There's still a rag up there, but
No big.
we're not real concerned about that. The other thing is
There was a blanket over this, and we took that blanket off of there just for protecting the color on here.
we
But
should make a cover for that.
yeah,
So then we brought the beanbag chairs back here
Yes,
and kind
we
of
did.
stuffed them all in so they can't blow away. And that does two things for us. One, the beanbag chairs won't blow off the bow, and two, it keeps the cushions in the cockpit.
which is nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have them there before and after the storm. So the next thing we got to do is move the boom to the center, and we also have to start the engines and make sure they're going to flash up properly. So we've had the Porta engine battery issues, and in order to alleviate the issues with that battery being sucked down to nothing, we leave it disconnected. The problem with that is it's not ready to go just as soon as you need it, because you got to go and hook the battery back up to the cables. So I've done that, and we're going to have to keep an eye on that the whole time. Now I don't even know if it's going to start. It was on a charger, but that might not be enough.
It did. It started. So the water's coming
So we're doing our testing before the storm hits so that we're prepared. It's storm preparedness for a reason, just to make sure that if our anchor lets loose and we start sliding or start dragging, we can turn on the engines and move the boat when we need to. You can turn on the other one?
It wasn't neutral, right? Okay. All right, let's try the starboard engine.
Okay. Wait for the beep. And she's up. Waiting for the water to come out. There we go. There she goes. Spitting her water. That's good.
So on a positive note, both engines started, but we are going to have to put that battery back on a charger for a while because it is hurting. It's a brand new battery, but because of the way the alternator's acting, we've hurt it already. So we've got to nurse it along. And we really want to be able to just flash up as soon as we have to. Because if we drag that way, we hit a shoal and possibly boats. If we drag that way, we hit shore. If we drag that way, we hit shore. If we drag that way, we hit shore. And if we drag that way, we hit a shoal. So the downside to being in a place this well protected is that the holding is not as good as I'd like it to be. I mean, it's okay. And the problem is if it does let go for any reason, there's a lot of stuff to hit real quick. We've checked the anchor. What's going to hurt us is if the wind clocks around really, really fast and hauls our anchor up off the bottom.
Corkscrews
it.
Corkscrews it out.
Yeah. So hopefully that's not going to happen, but that's what Anchor Watch is for. And for the next couple of days, we're going to be up. There's going to be somebody on duty 24/7 until this is cleared up.
And here we go. I think the winds are around 18 right now.
18, 20, yeah, easily.
Shouldn't be too bad tonight.
Not supposed to get bad until tomorrow morning here, but who knows? There, now the boom won't shove us to one side. We didn't tie a line around the sailbag because it is an enclosed sailbag, so there shouldn't be anything to get ripped up, but we will check it in the morning. And if it gets really bad, we'll check it tonight. If it starts to get bad, we'll wrap a line around it. We've done it before. Our jib looks good. Sailbags look good. There's nobody really close to us, which is nice. So if we cut loose for whatever reason, we'll have a little bit of room from other boats at least. We won't be damaging anybody else, and hopefully if anybody else drags, they won't slide into us. And let's hope none of that happens at all and nobody drags. That's ideal. So the winds are in the direction that we're anchored for the first part of this whole blow, which is great as far as I'm concerned, because that's the direction we're dug in at. We've been to 30 knots already in this exact location on this hook. So I think we've done about all the prep we can. The rest is we're just going to be up all night taking turns on anchor watch and making sure we don't go anywhere. We're going to be watching our anchor alarm and watching the wind. Currently it's around 20 knots, gusting to about 25. And it's not supposed to get a whole lot more than that overnight, except for occasional gusts. Let's hope the weather report's accurate and this is the worst we see.